Okay ladies, I will try not to make a mistake this time. Right, now there is invisible thread that we use a lot and I absolutely love it, and the Madeira thread is the one I use mostly, and it's in a little roll like this, and it's very good. And it also comes in a smoky colour, so if you're doing dark coloured, use the smoky one, and if you're doing light coloured things, use the light coloured one. Now also you can get different weights in this. So this one here is the stickers on it. This one here is a 60 weight, and you can also get a 40 weight. So there are different weights, just so you know. Now a lot of people tell you to use invisible thread on the top and in the bobbin, but I just use it on top. So I'm going to wind the metrosene in the bobbin. Now if I'm winding a reel of thread from here rather than here, always take your felt off, put it on there and put it onto there, okay? So whether you're threading it through this way or around this way, you can do it. So if I'm going from here and around, I just go to there, and then I can wind my thread, and remember what I do, I lift it up, and you get a much nicer, tidier bobbin, I think. I think it's brilliant. So I always lift it up and it just flows much better. I don't need a full bobbin, so I can stop it and I can just lift it up and clip it, okay? Take that off. Now I'm just going to pop it onto here, and I'm going to pop this one onto here. Put your little cap on and put that arm down and thread the top with invisible thread. So if you've used invisible thread before and you haven't had much luck, it may be the quality of the thread you've used. So I always use the Madeira one and I never have a problem with my threading. I don't have to use a special needle, but I am going to use the number 10 edge stitch foot today. Okay, so I'm going to put on the number 10 edge stitch foot. And the reason being because I'm going to be sewing braids and ribbons together. I'll just do ribbons today, but you can do this method for braids as well. Bring up your bobbin thread so you can make sure you've got it all ready to roll, and cut your thread so you don't unthread your needle like I have a couple of times today. Put it onto zigzag. Now when you're sewing braids together, you only want your zigzag to cover them, to hold them. So I'm going to put it on about 2 to 2.5 width and 1.5 to 2 length. And I've got some braids here, and I'll decide which way I would like them to be stitched. So I've decided that I'm going to put this lovely one down the middle, which is a ribbon, and I'm going to use this nice grosgrain ribbon down the side. So I'm just going to butt these together, and I'm just going to, with the bar of the foot, lay one on one side and one on the other, and then it's just going to zigzag them nice and evenly. And once you've started, all you need to do is keep your braids either side of the foot, and it will do all the rest of the work. Very quick. I love doing this work. I'm sure you've all got some braids at home you can stitch together. Now, I've gone down that way. When I do my next one, I want to turn my work all the way around and go back the other way so you don't get any pulling on your braids and ribbons. So I'm going to go the opposite way I'm stitching this time, but with the same stitch. Okay. And also, I must say, when you use metrosene in the bobbin instead of invisible thread, you don't get any pulling. I find if you use invisible thread top and bottom, sometimes it just pulls a little bit, but you get a perfectly flat result when you use ordinary metrosene in the bobbin and invisible thread on top. Now, I've finished that row, cut my thread, remember, turn it right around to sew your last 2 rows. Okay, and I found this gorgeous little ribbon we sell, and I think it'll look so pretty with this. So I'm going to do exactly the same to that one. So just butting them together. You can't even tell you've joined them together when you're finished. So clever. So just keep them together while you're stitching, and the machine will do all the work. Very, very easily. Okay. Cut your thread, turn it around, and sew the last one. Make sure you sew it up the same way, because I realised they're different front and back, and I did one differently. Still looks amazing, nobody would even know but me. Okay, so I'll make sure I sew these ones correctly. Basically, you keep going till this is wide enough. Okay, so if you want a wider piece of fabric, you keep going, because you are making fabric. Now, if I'm happy with that and I've finished, all I do now is I get my cutter and I lay this down and I cut straight across that end, and I cut straight across this end. Now, what I'm going to do with this bit of fabric, well, you can do anything you like, but what I'm going to do is make a little bag. So I just fold the top edge down, and I'm going to lay this down on my fabric, on my sew table, and I'm just going to zigzag, oops, ordinary foot back on now. Just put your number 1 foot on, or your 0 foot. Got thread stuck to it. And I'm just going to do a zigzag across the top so that it's not going to fray and it's going to hold my work together. So go forward and reverse at the beginning, and please go forward and reverse at the end. And this is a great way to use up your braids, and it's a great way to make little gift bags. So do the same to the other end. Oops, got a little bit of ribbon there. Okay, turn it under. You don't really need to fray check if you're going to be zigzagging this, because it will hold anything from fraying. So just zigzag across there. That's the top of your bag done. Now all you need to do now is sew a tie to this, and I normally do a 6mm ribbon, but I'm going to use this one today because I think it's really pretty. So I'm just going to cut a tie out of that one, and you just decide how much you want of that top one to gather up for your opening, and you lift this open and you fold this in half, and you simply just lay it on your bag that you're making, and you're going to stitch through just through this area here, and it's going to be enough to hold your tie in place. So I leave it on zigzag, and I just sew right through the middle of my bag on one side. Okay, do it a few times. I've done it 4 times to make sure it holds. Very hard to see invisible thread to cut it, I can tell you that. Now all I do now is I fold my bag in half, and I put my straight stitch on. My needle position's already to the right because I previously used it to the right, and I go forward and reverse, and I sew down my side seam of my bag. So easy, because ribbons are all finished in braids. You don't have to turn them through. Super easy. So you could do this with fabric, but you'd have to put them right side together and turn it through. And then make sure those ribbons are out of the road and sew this side of your bag. And there you have the quickest, easiest little gift bag you'll ever make. And all because of invisible thread. It's so clever, so clever. So to buy the invisible thread, the good quality stuff, 1,000 meters is about $19, but it's very well worth it. So here's the front of my bag. Here's the back of my bag where I have stitched my ribbon in place, and then you just put in your goodie bag what you're giving to the person. That one's got a bit of thread stuck to it. Oh look, they're all unwound. So wind up your threads. You're not going to be giving them this, but I'm just going to show you what you can put in your little gift bag. There. And that one. And then you simply just get your ribbon and you tie it round to the front, and you've got the cutest little gift bag. So nice. And it all looks amazing because you've used the invisible thread. So there you go. Here's some of the others that I've made. Very, very pretty. And I've only used ribbon today. I haven't used any braids or anything. They're just all ribbons. And there's a couple more that I've made. And this is the one that I did wrong. See how I flipped my ribbon over to the wrong side, but it still looks very, very effective. Quite cute. And then I've done a couple more. So I'll just show these ones because look how I've done all the same ribbon but all differently. Put them together all differently. So they look very, very effective. Any size bag, any width bag. Now what else you can do by joining ribbons together is you can make your fabric piece. You can cut them out for little pockets on little girls' dresses and things like that. But I think it's brilliant. So I am a fan of invisible thread, but only buy the good quality one. If you buy the cheaper quality one, you'll get a lot of stretching. So please make sure you always buy good quality thread. Okay, so that's us for this month, ladies. I hope you've learned what not to do, and you will follow the instructions in the book and do your flap on the right side. And for all you other ladies that saw it, that's great, and I apologize that I did that one on the wrong side. So we'll see you all again next month, and please keep warm because it is getting very cold, and make yourself a nice winter cape so that can keep you nice and warm in the winter nights. All right, see you later. Bye.